This beginner watercolor technique works like magic. So if you're a beginner and maybe you're struggling, maybe watercolor is hard, right? I'll show you a way to make painting so easy, and here's the crux of it. Can you find just a couple of big shapes to focus on and work on those? Take your time with those. So let me show you. So we have this patch of grass, and look at what I'm doing. This entire thing right here, to me, that's just one big shape. And the good news is you don't even have to be accurate. You don't have to be good. Just fill in that shape. You just fill in that shape. It's one shape. You go wet, go like real juicy paint, okay? For the entirety, there's actually a tear in my piece of paper there, I noticed after taping it. My apologies. And you see, look at how like this flows, right? This shines, it moves, good. Let's add a bit of phthalo blue just to kind of go a little crazy here on this saturation. We can kill it off later, but check it out. To me, right, this is one shape that I get to work on and develop as much as I want at my own pace. I don't have to worry about anything. In fact, we'll probably again make this painting a little more high key, which essentially allows us to use less dark washes so that we interpret everything light. And when you interpret everything light, you can keep things light, you can keep things flowing, and it's relatively easy. Okay, I'm going to add a bit of my cobalt blue because I want to get some nuance here with the yellows. And see, I'm starting to darken maybe towards the kind of going from light to dark. You can see a bit of that pattern here. You can lean the paper at an angle just to get the paint to flow. You don't need much here. Now here's the cool part. When you work on large shapes, look, this is like a quarter of the painting at least, right? We are getting it in one go. You can start noticing, you know, this color, it's darker, of course, but it's also more neutral. So how do you neutralize green? Basically, you add a bit of red. So I'm going to add this bit of red here, and let's see, maybe even a bit more yellow. Let's see if this kind of orangey feel works for us, see? And I think it does. I think it does the job, the thing I'm after. So I'm going to continue developing it just a bit, right? And we're going to keep the angle. I like that it kind of moves a bit. And as we move down lower and lower, I'm going to make my mix a little thicker. But I'll keep it green feeling. Like it doesn't need to feel green to me. But you see how I'm slowly pushing it to be a little darker. And you can decide, by the way, yeah, that's as dark as I go, you know, and you kind of let this area of grass dry. You can spray just some water on it, add a bit of texture, hold it at an angle, you know, play around with some nice little effects. Next big shape, I'm going to keep this very simple. The lunar black with cobalt blue, okay, for this van. Now look, I'm going to pre-wet some areas real quick to get a soft edge. So this is a soft edge, kind of like here. This is a bit of a soft edge, and that's pretty much it. Now look, just going to apply the paint. One go, you don't need much. We have the window here, we see through it. Make it a little more blue maybe, and soft edge here. And everything else, you know, everything else is pretty much, you could assume almost it's in the shadow. Now, it's not totally accurate. We'll get some nuance in, don't worry. Look at how beautifully the water flows. Let's change brushes again. Or get the orange going. Just a bit of it. Bright red, bright yellow, like this, see? A touch of this orange. And then look, we have this interesting kind of gray shadow underneath the, I don't know what you'd call like this kind of a bumper part, you know, whatever. And this part is in the shadow. And I could just cover the whole thing down all the way to the bottom. And look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover everything here is in the shadow, right? Everything pretty much down to the ground is in the shadow. So we'll get that in, keeping things fairly light, high key. Okay, that's the secret here. The secret. I'm going to paint the windshield. Okay. A bit of phthalo for a strong windshield blue. bit of violet, I feel like. Something like that. Now, maybe I'll add a bit of white. You'll see why, and a bit of the cobalt. It will make the cobalt a little brighter, I think. See this beautiful kind of touch of color? And we'll kind of let this move a bit on its own, you know. And there's definitely some more nuance to this area right here. So maybe a bit of dark, and above it a little bit more dark, and that's kind of, we're good. Now, here's the part where we really want to push some areas to be darker. So more of the black, and I'll selectively darken what looks to me to be darker. So this area right here goes dark. Here as well. Okay, it's one shape. That's the thing. You don't have to worry about anything else. Just worry about the shape you're currently working on. Okay, I'm going to close that light over there. Let me add some warmth here to the black, just to show that this isn't just a cool color. And then, look, I'm going to leave this kind of stripe of a bit of a slightly lighter paint, you see? Look at how we get to work on this one shape. You take your time. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to worry about anything. Now, look, I'm just going to place the tire in. And in fact, it looks like from the tire, we can directly pivot into the shadow on the ground. Kind of keep this like that, and we get this beautiful feel of the van. Let's add a few of the tire details. I'm going to add them with white. So this is white watercolor. It's not gouache, actually. It's just watercolor. I'm going to mix it with a bit of the black. And I'll just bring back, you see some of the, whatever you call this, part of the car. I don't know much about cars, again, believe it or not. I'm just a guy who likes to paint cars. Don't know much about them. You know, maybe a bit of interesting nuance here around the edge, perhaps, where the headlight is. But then, look, I'm going to go back with some darks. And I'm going to, there's a bit of a, let's go with a smaller brush here, you see. But it's one shape. One shape, this entire thing. Once we're done with this shape, guess what? We're done with this area. We don't have to worry about it ever again. So we'll put the grill in, but this is probably the more important part. On the hood of the car, you see there's a bit of this slightly darker area towards the bottom. Look at this, done. Car is done. To me, this is perfect. Maybe I'll add like opaque paint or something later on. This is a dark, I kind of missed that. Car is done. Next big shape, horizon. Just the horizon. Let's paint that. Look at how beautiful it is. I'm going to have some test paper here to the side. This is too green. I'm going to add a bit of blue to it, and maybe possibly a bit of red to get rid of the green feeling, so that we get a gray, because I really want the background to be kind of based in gray, honestly. And look, it's one big shape, okay? Now, we'll do the trick again. I'll pre-wet an area. Okay, so let's do this. And let me show you something fun. I'll start with the blue, just to get that feeling of a distant horizon line or something like that. Let's make sure we blend that too. And under that blue is where I'm going to introduce my actual gray shape. Okay, let's add a bit of violet here. I feel like it will work well. And we'll just start to fill in that shape that is just our background. Okay, and it goes all the way to the left and into these trees. And you just keep it simple. Now, as it gets closer to us, guess what? It gets more green. So let's gradually turn it a bit more green. So this goes green. The road is winding, going up, going back, whatever it does. And look, we have the cars. The cars are gray. Let's just paint those cars. Every car is a shape. You can go in detail as much as you want, or in few details as you want. This is one car though, and it will help us frame our van. Okay, it's been 10 minutes and I'm almost done. This is how simple this is. Even if you're bad, even if you're not accurate, even if you don't have enough experience, quote unquote, to think you can paint something. Just big shapes is all you care about. You don't care about anything else, and it will work. I'm going to add a bit of black a bit of yellow for the trees, the tree line. Look, as easy as it gets. This to me is part of the background shape. So we have one tree here that's quite prominent, and I want to show. That's one, another one here, quite strong and prominent. What enables us to get away with not a super dark wash is the fact we kept everything hierarchy. And then we have one bigger tree. Look, I'll keep it kind of simple. And it has this one trunk area, and this is a dark hedge, whatever this is. And it connects to this other big tree. And you can see through them some details in the background. And if you want to, darken the background a bit, just grab like this paint and go. Very mild wet and wet here on the trees we've established earlier. And they will stay in the background pretty much, okay? Now one more cool thing we can do is let's warm up the road. The road looks a little gray worm. If you watch the atrocity that is Game of Thrones. Season 8, and even before that, Grey Worm was introduced in like what, season 2? I don't know. That was his name, right? And this is the road, one fell swoop of the brush. Look, this painting is done. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, let's add the ground here. I really don't know what else to tell you. This painting is done. Let's add, check it out. I'll add the windshield here. Look at how easily, just this one touch, look, one touch. Look, are you seeing, are you looking? Look. One touch of a windshield. See how it makes it so much more believable, so much more nuanced. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, this is done. You could paint the sky. You could skip the sky. Let's skip it. Let's leave it like this. This is a high-key painting, Big shape, big shape, big shape. Don't worry about painting each and every detail. You're seeing all of these details, right? It's okay. You're seeing them. Sometimes the urge is there, but just move past it. I just want to show you real quick, if you do want to add a couple of nice little touches with opaque paint, here we go. Look at how simple this is. So we're going to do this one swippity swipe of the brush. That's one. And maybe two around here. See, this, I'll need some thick paint. 1 and 2. Look at this. This is actually pretty significant when you think about it. And do I see anything else like this? Not really, if I'm being honest. Maybe like a mirror here and there. You can add this little bit of a mirror thing here as well if you want. I see a bit of a shine here. I see a bit of a glimpse of a highlight underneath the headlight. I see a bit of light catching the corner here. I kind of like this look. I kind of like the way it looks right now. It's a nice kind of sharp contrast. The colors are true. The colors are harmonious. How beautiful is this? Can you do it? Can anyone do it? Yes. The answer is yes, you can. Let's proudly sign our painting. And I would like to hear from you in the comments. Did this help? Is this something you are gonna or have tried? And what was the subject matter? Okay. I'm going to sign this a little early. This area is still wet with my white gel pen. Don't worry, I'll sign it later on once it's a little drier. I just want to give you the full experience. Look, if you want my help on a bit more of a serious ongoing basis, check out the Watercolor Breakthrough Club, okay? You want to join? It's my exclusive watercolor club where you get access to weekly painting demos. Every week we meet, we do a live painting demo or a video, like very valuable, high-level stuff. So here's an example of a painting I've been working on just in my own privacy. This is I haven't shown this in particular, but this is the kind of work that I'll show there. Some things that are a little more thoughtful, a little more sometimes advanced, but I would say it's perfect for beginners too. You get access to the live streams, you get access to the community, share your paintings with myself, other members. I chime in, give you feedback on your work. Other members chime in. Best part, you give feedback on other people's work. Become a part of the community, help others. You have no idea how much this thing alone helped me grow. I've been improving so fast over the past decade because I have been seeing and looking at a lot of people's art and analyzing it and helping them fix it. You see the same mistake 100 times, you get better. If you are serious about watercolor painting now in 2026, if you want to make something out of it, if you want to exhibit, if you want to start making money from your art, This is the best shortcut I can come up with. Become a part of the community and help me help you and guide you more in a more involved way. So I hope that makes sense. It's not a big time sink too, by the way. You don't need much. We're doing one live stream a week. That's about an hour and a half max. And then, it takes a minute to post your painting in the community, to chat a bit. If you're using social media, just drop that, come to the club, share your paintings there. It's a much better way, in my opinion, to get feedback and to give feedback. And it's just more high quality. It's curated, great club members, more curated. Okay, so it's actually people who are aspiring, who are positive, are into watercolor, and yeah, maybe we'll expand it in the future. For now, it's very watercolor heavy. Thank you so much. I want to also thank everyone who supports me over on Patreon. If you want to receive credits at the end of the videos, it's for the few very kind folk who just want to support my work. And if you've, by the way, stayed here all this time, let me show you like a little bonus thing here for the sidewalk thing. So it's mostly for people who just, out of the kindness of your heart, God bless you, you want to support my work. Thank you so much. There are a couple of exclusive processes, but for the most part, it's really just for super kind people who want to support my work. You put in $1 a month. That's all it takes to get credits at the end of the videos. So do that. You'll see your name up on the screen. I really, really appreciate it. Plus, again, a couple of exclusive painting processes. Why not learn something? These are also I would say a little more unique and a little more, some of them advanced. So would love to see you there as well. If you're looking for something that's a bit of a, see this, beautiful. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more serious, check out the club. You really want to join. By the way, you get my frustration-free watercolor course and my watercolor realism course as a bonus if you join. So just join. If you don't have my courses, this is the best. I don't know if I'll always give these as a bonus. So just, that's another reason to join. And I will add to that, you get access to the live streams vault. So you get access to every live stream we've had in the club so far. That's another bonus I don't know if I'll always have up, because, these are assets. These are great demos. And right now, members do get access to previous live streams, but I don't have to give it. You can just join and watch the ongoing live stream. This gives you access to, I don't know how many there are. There are 15 maybe, like real good demos. Some of the clubs, some exclusive webinars in there. You want to join. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has benefited you. This is as easy as it gets, and you can do this. Yes, I know you can do this for sure. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.